Welcome back. It is now time for the Capitol Report with CapitolBeatOK's Pat McGuigan. Pat, thanks for joining us this morning. And really the big question is criminal justice reform. I mean, it's a huge issue, bipartisan issue, and really some signatures were submitted to the Secretary of State's office, and there's a chance we could be voting on it in November. What are the chances of it actually getting approved?
Well, I think they're pretty good, in part because of the context we're in. Costs have increased in our prisons 172% adjusted for inflation over the course of 2 decades. We're number 1 in female incarceration, number 2 in incarceration overall. That latter number, we sometimes are as low as 4th, we're as high as 2nd now. Our system of prisons at the state level is at 120% of capacity. It's unsustainable and it's unnecessary. Changes can be made, and 4 modest reforms were made by the legislature. The new proposal, state questions 680 and 681, combined together do a number of things. They allow low-end initial drug offenses to be converted to misdemeanors instead of felonies, which would affect incarceration time. But that doesn't mean the problem's left alone. The resources are allowed to stay within the criminal justice system and will be shifted towards programs for treatment, counseling, people at the front end of the problem that hopefully you can help them work out of it. Minor drug offenses. Now, the state lost 4 years of momentum on this issue, unfortunately, because the original reforms were passed in 2012, and basically we frittered away several years. Now everybody's on board. It's definitely bipartisan. I'm hopeful. Chris Steele, the former speaker, a Republican, George Young, a Democrat from here in Oklahoma City, Ryan Kiesel, former legislator, head of the ACLU. But right there alongside them was Timothy Tardy Bono of the Family Policy Institute of Oklahoma, and Trent England of OCPA, the conservative group. Prospects for the ballot are excellent. 65,000 signatures are required. More than 200,000 were turned in. Okay. As for voter approval, Natasha Purnell told a remarkable story, a lady who's a graduate of the Remerge program we've mentioned on this segment before. We need the equivalent of a great awakening before we can really address these systemic problems in our culture, but these are all good, solid, incremental statutory reforms that will allow some changes to take place.
Okay, we shall wait and see in November. So Pat McGuigan, thank you very much for joining us. For Pat McGuigan, I'm Justin Dougherty. And also, real quick, Pat, you had said that there were some bright spots in this legislative session for Governor Mary Fallin. You can see what he has to say on that at CapitolBeatOK.com. Have a great weekend.